live here from is getting set to take on the Geneva Red Wings. Lots to talk about, of course. The first place to start, why not on the Miller's Mowing pregame show? Starting pitching, and pitching is going to be of the utmost importance this series, especially being a one-game series. Tom Catania going to get the start for your Elmira Pioneers. Catania just one appearance against Geneva and did not go very well. 2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 1 base on ball, and 1 strikeout. So Catania is certainly going to have to try to have a better outing. Of course, that being said, Catania out of the bullpen, a completely different story than when he starts a game. So the Pioneers will be hoping for a little bit more success out of Tom coming into this one. Jacob Mazer will be on the mound for the other side. Mazer, a 0.64 ERA, 4 games played against the Pios, 1 game started, 14 innings pitched, 14 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned, 3 bases on balls, and 10 strikeouts. So the Pioneers will certainly have a challenge ahead of them as they look to claim victory against Geneva after falling 1 year ago to the day in the single round elimination matchup. Want to remind you again, if your field isn't game day ready, call Miller's Mowing 607-302-8226. We're going to get things started in just a moment, but we're going to head over to Mixler.com and tune in for Coach's Corner. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right. Well, you just heard there from head coach Matt Birch. Coach Birch, obviously having some strong words about what he thinks the boys need to do here today, and hopefully he'll be able to do exactly that. As we take a look at the starting lineups, Jeff Mejia to lead off, playing center field. Brody Moore at short. Trey Harmon, the 2019 Home Run Derby champion, will play first base. Bryce Moskowitz, the third base. Brennan DeRigi will take over at second. Kyle Richardson catching here tonight. Trevor Henneman moves out to left field. Craig Corliss, designated hitting and batting eighth. And Andrew Sexton will take over right field and bat ninth. Tom Catania, as we previously mentioned, will be on the mound. On the other side for the Geneva Red Wings, Thursel White going to lead things off in right field. Harrison Treble will play left field and bat second. Noah Fisher, the All-Star, will bat third and play second base. Nick Labrasca will play first base and bat fourth. Brock Kaufman will play shortstop and bat fifth. Mateo Avalone, designated hitting, batting sixth. Brandon Cooper, center field seventh. Dylan Schwarmer playing catcher and batting eighth. And Daniel Sperling rounding out the lineup, playing third base. Jacob Mazer will be on the mound, and the Pioneers will be looking to claim victory here tonight. The last time these two teams met, the Pioneers were able to really put up a solid number, scoring in almost every inning here in Geneva. Certainly going to be a difficult path to repeat such a thing here tonight, but hopefully they'll be up to the challenge against the Pioneers so far this season. So the Pioneers looking to extend the playoff streak here. They have made the playoffs in 7 consecutive years, and well, that feat is certainly amazing. They would love to try to stretch it out and get a home game this year. Of course, a year ago today, they did fall to these Geneva Red Wings right here in Geneva. So the pressure's on. The umpires meeting at the mound, or excuse me, at home plate has broken up, and we sure appreciate every single one of you listening in here. We want to remind you again, you're listening to the Miller's Mowing pregame show. Miller's Mowing reminding you, if your field isn't game day ready, give them a call, 607-302-8226. So the Pioneers continuing to get ready. They're going to bat first as they are the away team. And we've talked about it all year. When the Pioneers have found success, it has come when they have gotten on the board early. If they can do so here tonight, could be a long night for the Geneva Red Wings, as it was the last time the Pioneers came to town. It's not going to be an easy task, however, as the Pioneers, we talked about the starting pitching matchup, they have had their issues. Leading off the game will be Mejia. Mejia against the Red Wings, 444 in 9 games played. He has come up, batted 16 times, or excuse me, had 16 hits and 36 at bats, as he has 4 doubles. Certainly has been an interesting path for the leadoff hitter, Jeff Mejia. Of course, since taking over that leadoff spot, he did really come into his own, batting over 500 in his last 10 games. Not a bad way to get going right before the playoffs. That is what you're hoping for. So now the starting lineups are being introduced here, as you just heard them read live here on Mixler.com and YouTube.com. I'd like to take this moment while these starting lineups are being introduced to thank every single one of you for tuning in every single game. The Pioneers certainly appreciate all of your support and your appreciation for tuning in. Of course, listening to me, John Clement, alongside you on every road game. George wanted me to pass along a special thank you to all the great fans in Elmira and say he hopes to see you all again once we get started with the Elmira Enforcer season, which is just around the corner. We got exciting playoff baseball now. Well, exciting Elmira Enforcers action coming up next. 607-734-PUCK. You can reserve your season tickets today. And don't forget, it's never too early to get season tickets for your Elmira Pioneers, who will be back for a 2020 season. Just $99 guarantees you seats to every single home game during the regular season, and that's general admission. $199 guarantees you some of those beautiful red seats just down along the base pass. Also guarantees you a nice little waitress to help you out with your food order. Never a bad thing there. If you can not have to get out of your seat, you don't have to miss a pitch, as your food will be brought to you piping hot right from the concession stand. So make sure you get your season tickets locked in today. That's 734-2690. And again, we thank you all for tuning in here on the Miller's Mowing pregame show. We're going to step aside as the national anthem going over. We'll be right back for first pitch of the postseason here on Mixler.com and YouTube Live. All right, and there goes the national anthem. So we are getting ready to play ball here live from Geneva. I do apologize to our great YouTube fans. As I say all season, the camera focuses in on the nearest object, and that tonight will be the fence. So we'll be doing the best we can, and thank you so much for hanging with us. We always do appreciate it, as we've got everything working out. And Tom Catania, who will take over on the mound for the Pioneers, still working on getting himself stretched out down the left field line. The man on the mound right now, Jacob Mazer, we talked about his numbers against the Pioneers. Let's take a look at his numbers during the regular season. Mazer, a 3.12 ERA, 5 wins, 1 loss, 12 games pitched in, 4 games started, 1 complete, and a save. 40.1 innings, 44 hits, 20 runs, 14 of them earned, 11 base on balls, and 36 strikeouts. So the numbers are there for Mazer. The Pioneers going to have to find a way to deal with him, as Elmira certainly hasn't had much success with it so far. We've talked about Mejia's success, and that is palpable. We'll have to see if he can get things started for the Pioneers. And as we've said, score early, score often. That's the mantra for your Elmira Pioneers. As now Mazer taking the last few of his warm-up pitches. I believe we had the same umpiring crew a couple days back in Elmira. If it's the same umpiring crew, I believe it is, as I look down. Very fair, very tight strike zone, though. You really got to make sure you're hitting it. So Tom Catania going to have to really zero in, as will Mazer, as they will certainly be crunched a little. So, Mazer taking the last couple of the warm-up pitches, and that's going to bring up Jeff Mejia, as now the final pitch to be thrown down. So, okay, so there's a K-Man here tonight. Bryce Moskowitz going to be the Taco Bell K-Man. We'll see if we have to endure that horrible, horrible song again, as we heard it many, many times in Watertown. Brendan DeRigi was the Taco Bell K-Man. So Moskowitz will be trying to help the Pioneers claim victory and deny the Geneva fans of tacos. Have to see if Pioneers can keep that up, as Jeff Mejia steps in. So game 1 of the postseason getting set here for the Elmira Pioneers. Mejia stepping in. We've talked about his success. Almost at 500 against the Red Wings, and a team you play 12 times, it's a little hard to hit that close to 500, but Mejia has done it so far. So the windup and the pitch from Mazer, taken for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. First pitch of the game takes place at 7:07, as Mejia takes a long look out. Mazer with a very deliberate windup, the pitch taken outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. So again, 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, as Mejia steps right back in. As you watch Mazer's windup, almost Japanese-esque, as you see the full turn, the kick, and the throw. That one fouled back up towards me. Hopefully Mejia didn't have any problem with my characterization, as that ball came right back up towards me. As again, Mejia takes a long look out. Mazer is the pitcher I've talked about a couple of times with that deliberate throwing style. Cut on, right back through. That hits off Mazer, and Mejia is going to beat that out easily. So Mejia 1 for 1 on the night. Mejia starts things off the right way for the Pioneers, and as he's the Pioneers' leader in stolen bases with 14 so far, certainly something to keep an eye on as Brody Moore heads up. Brody, 313 against the Geneva Red Wings, 10 for 32, a double, has driven in 5 runs as well. So it'll be interesting to see as Brody comes in here. Mazer now having to work out of the stretch, as the wind and the pitch to Brody, taken for a strike on the outside corner again. Mazer liking painting that outside corner. Moore, as he steps up, batting against the right-handed pitcher, batting .316 off righties. The wind and the pitch, taken, popped up and out of play. That'll be 0-2 count, as we remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As Brody steps back in, Mejia takes his lead from first. Haven't had to focus too much on Mejia as of yet. Not a big lead on either of the first two pitches. As now, Mazer will wind and deliver. Take it outside. Mejia bluffed. 1-2 strikes. 1-2 count as Jacob Mazer returns back to the mound. Both managers going to really be watching pitching here tonight. We heard Coach Matt Birch talk about thinking about tomorrow. You can't think about tomorrow until you get through today. So both sides really going to have to watch the pitching here early. The look in, the wind, the pitch, cut on, and lunging for that one was Brody Moore. 1-2 strike count one more time. Nobody out as Mejia stands on first base. So Brody steps in, being rooted on from the bench. As Moore steps back in, we've said it all year. Brody comes from Auburn, where he went deep into the College World Series. Would certainly love a long playoff run here with the Elmira Pioneers as he fouls one off. 1-2 strikes yet again. Pioneers clad in those Elmira blue tops. They wore them yesterday at the home game. Kind of a sharp look, a little different as they've worn white at home primarily throughout the year. A little bit of red mixed in there during the center part. As the wind and the pitch, cut on, popped up. This one looks playable. Nebraska drifting back. He will make the grab, and Mejia feigns the run to second. But Brody Moore goes down 0-for-1. So that's going to bring up the 2019 Home Run Derby champion, Trey Harmon. Harmon, of course, also a top 4 first base prospect in America, as well as a top 50 impact freshman, or top 150, impact freshman at Kentucky. We'll see what Harmon can do here. As Mazer comes back set. Harmon hit 30 home runs in that home run derby. We haven't seen a ton of the power here during the regular season, but we know it's there. So Mazer comes set, throws over, and checking on Mejia. Mejia with about 1.5 foot lead, so not sure that was the wisest use of the arm throw. As now Mazer comes back set. Perhaps just letting Mejia know he's there. As the windup from Mazer. Cut on and fouled away. That one will get into the parking lot. As we remind you again, make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So Trey Harmon and Brody Moore helping us make up for the lack of that statement last night. Already had it twice already. So now Mazer takes a long look in. Mazer, a very slow, deliberate pitcher. Probably what throws off the timing of some of these Pioneers hitters. The wind, the pitch, taken way outside. Catcher looked like he was on a skateboard there, getting all the way to the opposite side of the batter's box. As now again, Mazer steps back on the mound. Sun starting to set out there in left field. Harmon waits again. A 1-1 strike, 1 out. Tioga down, showdown as Harmon hits that one through the gap as the shortstop will play it back into the outfield. That will advance the runners. Now runners stand on first and second. That's going to bring up Bryce Moskowitz. Almost missed the showdown there, folks. Sorry about that. As we remind you, you too can be an all-star. Check out Smash Mouth live at Tioga Downs this summer. So Bryce Moskowitz will come up to the plate. Moskowitz wearing number 14. Against Geneva, 375 hitter, 9 for 24. As Moskowitz with 4 RBIs, certainly would love to help the Pioneers' cause and get them started on the right foot. Second baseman and shortstop both playing very close to second here. A little surprising. Big gaps available. Outside as the catcher. There has to be wheels on those knee pads. I'm telling you, he is moving distances out there. Mazer not looking as confident as usual. As, again, 2 runners here in the top of the first. Both on hits, too. A little more surprising. The Pioneers tend to work counts, and you see them get on with walks, but the hits are coming in plenty, as that's in there for a strike. 1-1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Downs showdown. As Moskowitz steps back up. Takes the sign. Mejia looking a bit Newark-esque there, dancing around on the base pass. Checking on the runner, and the fake throw back, as nobody was close to second that time. So, despite some pregame speculation and 2 people listed to play second base, it does appear Noah Fisher has taken the position. As once again, The wind and the pitch. High and tight. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jacob Mazer. Tell you what, he has been certainly deliberate in every pitch he throws. Bryce Moskowitz looking to get a hit and get the first run of the game across the board. Mazer comes back set. The wind, the pitch. Outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Again, just the range on these catchers. It's impressive. Getting that far to the outside corner of the box. So Mazer steps back on. Takes a long look. Trey Harmon stands pat over there at first base, staring in at Mazer's numbers on his back. Now the line, the pitch, taken outside. That's ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Brennan DeRigi. DeRigi's numbers against the Geneva Red Wings, 258. He has hit 8 of 31, 2 doubles, and a home run. That home run did occur here, as he also has 3 RBIs. So we'll see if he's able to put one over the fence here at McDonough Park for a second time. I believe that home run, if memory serves, hit off the scoreboard. So when we said put it on the board, we literally meant put it on the board. As once again, the line, the pitch, cut on. That one is popped up, could be playable. Going back, that will hit the fence, according to DeRigi. DeRigi arguing with the umpire. He's saying it hit the fence. As now the manager coming out to have the discussion. He's saying it hit the fence, and that's a foul ball. So they're both discussing. As the home plate umpire coming out. DeRigi heading back in. As now they're going to talk to the second base umpire. They're going to have a conversation. DeRigi will stand in. They do call an out. DeRigi is clearly upset. So despite the claims of the Pioneers that it hit the fence, the home plate umpire not moved. So that will bring up Kyle Richardson. DeRigi popping out in foul territory, according to everybody but the Pioneer side of the ball. So again, coming back set. This is going to be Richardson trying to drive in a run. Bases are loaded. Pitch cut on, driven out there toward left. That will get down and around. That's going to drive in 1. That ball will keep rolling all day. This is going to do 2, 3. Richardson still on the move, trying to get to third. He will slide in and make it on a 3-run triple. What a play for Kyle Richardson. So he eliminates the drama after the supposed catch and foul territory. DeRigi still not going to be happy about that one. But that's going to bring up Trevor Henneman, who now still has a runner 90 feet from home, and the Pioneers have a 3-0 lead. So the left fielder Henneman steps in here. Kind of a surprising dive out there in left field. As now Henneman takes a look. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled away. Once again, reaching the parking lot. We remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So the positive note right now, even if Henneman is to get out, going to be a good start for Tom Catania. He'll be up 3-0 coming into the game. Bases clearing triple. You don't see that very often. 0-1 the count. 2 outs. As Henneman takes a long look. The wind, the pitch. He thought it was inside. That's called for strike 2, 0-2. So Henneman stretching out. Does have that runner at third. Would love to push across one more run here in the top of the first inning. 3 hits, 3 runs so far for the Pios. The wind and the pitch. Cut on. That one fouled off, as that one hurtled away from the catcher there. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mazer kicking dirt on the mound. Comes back set. He takes a long look as Trevor Henneman gets positioned. Henneman back in that Bagwell-esque stance. The wind, the pitch. cut on, fouled off, and once again, we remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber collision and auto glass. Been saying that a lot here in the top of the first. Certainly making up for yesterday's game against Newark, where it wasn't uttered until the 8th inning. Pioneers with that big win yesterday guaranteed them the spot in this game here today. The wind, the pitch, cut on and missed, and down goes Henneman on strikes. But the damage has been done. A 3-run triple for Kyle Richardson puts the Pioneers ahead 3-0 as we head for the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that, we are back. Tom Catania getting loose out there, and I'll tell you what, Catania could not have scripted the top of that first any better as the Elmira Pioneers take a 3-0 lead into the bottom half of the first inning. Certainly exactly what you were hoping for if you're the Elmira Pioneers, although I don't think you could have predicted this. So, still a lot of innings left to go, obviously, and Catania going to have to eat up a lot of innings if the Pioneers can keep the scoring up. We've said it all season, the Pioneers score in bunches, and obviously they'd love to keep that up right here. So Catania takes over on the mound. He is going to face Thursel White. White, this season against the Elmira Pioneers, has hit just .207, 6 for 29, 2 doubles, and an RBI. Of course, we have seen Thursel White's ability to move on the base pass as well, so Catania is certainly going to have to be aware of that. Could see a bunt here and we do, as the pullback, not surprised at all. 1 ball, no strikes. Third baseman playing on the infield grass. Trey Harmon playing a bit further back there at first base, a little surprised, as White, well known to bunt to lead off a game, as that one is outside 2-0. You heard Coach Matt Birch before the game. Tom throws a lot of strikes, and they want to make sure that they can get the strikes called, especially as we talked about, kind of a slim strike zone. So they're really going to have to earn them as that one's in there. 2-1. So White, today's right fielder, trying to go to work here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Catania comes set. He winds and delivers. Off the outside corner, 3-1. Catania trying to find his comfort zone out there. Hasn't quite found it yet. Catania deals quite a bit with the dry hand issue out there. The wind, the pitch, cut on and missed as White stops trying to bunt and tries to belt one out to left field. So, Catania comes back set. Full count. As this will be the payoff pitch. Catania trying to find that strike zone one more time. The wind, the pitch. In there for strike 3. Catania gets Thursel White looking, as that will start things off the right way for Elmira. And I'll tell you what, we've got some Elmira supporters here tonight. Like to hear that in the visiting ballpark. Harrison Treble will be the next man up, a left-handed batter, so a little bit more challenging for Catania, as obviously the right-handed pitcher against the lefty always provides a more interesting matchup. as the wind and pitch from Catania cut on fouled away, as that will be 0-1. So, again, treble coming up. His season against the Pioneers, a 286 hitter. Catania comes set, the wind and the pitch, cut on, fouled off yet again. 0-2 count. So this is exactly what head coach Matt Birch was looking for out of Catania. As Tom stands pat on the mound. The windup and the pitch. And lunging at that one. This should be playable for the third baseman. He will make the grab in foul territory, and the first two men of the inning are out. That's going to bring up Noah Fisher, the all-star second baseman. Fisher against the Pios this year, a much different story. 371, 13 for 35, 3 doubles, and 6 RBIs. Not going to be a easy out here for the Pioneers to go 1-2-3 through the first. As Catania comes set, the wind, the pitch, cut on and fouled back into the netting. No balls, 1 strike. As Catania returns to the mound. Trying to push the Pioneers through to the top of the second, a 3-0 lead intact. Catania winds and delivers. In there for strike 2, 0-2. So didn't like that one as Noah Fisher puts himself back in the batter's box. Coming back set, the wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled out there towards center. That's going to get down. Mejia not going to be able to get there in time. He'll scoop up the ball and hurriedly throw it back in. As that's going to bring up Nick Lebraska, the tall, intimidating first baseman. Lebraska this season against the Pios, 238. He's 5 for 21, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. So we'll have to see if Lebraska can get a hold of something here. The other night in Elmira, Lebraska looked a little lost swinging the bat out there. He could have been swinging a tree trunk. He wouldn't have hit some of the pitches he was gophering after, as that one's fouled back. 0-1. As once again, Lebraska coming back set. Lebraska's going to step back in. As now, Catania having to work out of the stretch for the first time tonight. Certainly an interesting work there. Swung on and missed, as there's 0-2. Catania getting the off-speed stuff going. Lebraska looking to belt something out there towards the, well, I guess that's a park out there. As once again, Catania comes set. The line, the pitch, right down the gut. Catania gets his second strikeout of the inning, and the Pioneers go down through the 4 spot in the order, putting up a 0. 3-0 for your Pioneers, as the Elmira Pioneers take the lead into the second inning of play. All right, and welcome back in here for the top of the second inning. I'm back. Another guest commentator in the booth, Kyle French. Welcome back. Thanks so much for stopping by last night during that Newark game. Of course, Geneva, Newark share an ownership group, so not a unfamiliar place for you here.
Yeah, McDonald Park's a nice place for having me. Always a pleasure. Really appreciate it.
Of course, as coming up to the dish, going to be Craig Corliss. Corliss has struggled against Geneva this year. Of course, Corliss got his first hit of the season last night, but you had mentioned back before we went on the air that Corliss made a heck of a play last night at second base.
Yeah.
Or first base, excuse me.
Yeah, Murphy went to bunt the ball there. I don't know. I don't understand why our best hitter was bunting the ball there in the ninth inning, but yeah, story of the summer, I guess.
Well, Mazer now going back to work. You see that deliberate pitching style. Cut on by Corliss, grounded down the third base line.
Great swing there.
Corliss certainly has a great swing when he's able to get it going. That's going to be the question for the Pioneers here today. If the bats can come alive, the bottom of the order still has struggled quite a bit, but Mazer this season has really handled the Pioneers very, very well. The wind and the pitch, cut on and fouled away, 0-2. So Mazer, I mean, you guys saw him just as much as we did.
Yeah.
Mazer certainly deliberate, but very effective.
Oh yeah, for sure. We had a lot of times we struggled with that Newark Elmira rivalry the whole year. One of the only teams we're really facing the division. It's either you guys or Geneva, and they sprinkle in a little bit of Adirondack, but
as once again, Corliss takes a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Have to see if Mazer can deal with Corliss here. The wind, the pitch way inside there. Corliss shrinking back, and you don't see too many catchers shrink away from a ball. They'll normally take the hit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Corliss did back away from that one, so that clearly got a little bit too uncomfortable. As 2 ball, 2 strike count.
It's funny, we were talking last night about how this year was really a 50-50 matchup between the Pios and the Pilots. It's funny because then
blown in there. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
As that one comes down for a single, so Corliss starts it off right. As next up will be Andrew Sexton. You were saying?
In years past, really, it's been favored in the Pios for sure. I know playing in Elmira, historic Dunfield, has always been tough for us. We played a playoff game there, I think last year maybe, or the year before.
The year before, the
I think
Pios
we lost 7 to maybe 1 or nothing.
Well, the Pios and Geneva have certainly shared that playoff rivalry as well. Last year, Geneva did eliminate Elmira from the playoffs, as Sexton will look to get things going. Sexton here, batting 167 against Geneva. As Sexton really tries to get going here. The wind, the pitch is fouled back, 0-1. So, as I said, you guys saw a lot of Geneva, obviously the same ownership group as well. Different kind of style for Geneva than Newark had, as they come out and almost try to power you through.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a little bit different lineup here. I know they switched things around. Some guys went home. Brainy Rojas went home. Trevor Rogers. Not quite sure who else went home, but those are 2 big names that were in the top of the lineup that aren't there tonight.
Certainly makes a difference with the departures.
Oh yeah, for sure. You've seen Geneva struggle the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure what they are in their last couple of games, but I know they've struggled. They lost last night, right?
They did lose,
and they lost it.
They split last night, as a matter of fact.
They split last night, and they lost the other night, 14-6 at Colburn Park. That was a great game for the Pilots.
The pitch cut on and missed, as that'll be strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Jacob Mazer. So the Pioneers have really hit well so far. Actually, excuse me, that was the second one. I forgot Trevor Henneman struck out there to end the top of the first. But that's going to bring up the top of the order. Jeff Mejia. We talked about Mejia's numbers, just around 500.
He's an animal.
He has been.
He's really. I've seen him play quite a bit this year, and you came down to Newark quite a bit. I've been up to Elmira once. Yeah, he did really well. Did he walk it off last night? Was it him or was it?
It was, as a matter of fact. Mejia had a heck of a hit to second base.
Yeah.
As now again, the wind, the pitch, cut on and fouled away. As I don't know if that was more protective than anything else. That ball up and in. Mejia took a cut. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And the Pioneers certainly known to score in bunches. They'll hope with the leadoff man on. Corliss was able to find his way on base to bring him around to score yet again.
That little tornado siren you guys have down there, that's pretty neat. It's one of a kind. You don't see that very often anywhere,
As that's in there, a ball, a strike, and out, a Tioga Down showdown. As the Elmira Pioneers trying to get going here.
Been waiting all year to do that.
As once again, Mazer comes back set. They'll wind up here from Mazer. taken inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. So again, you said it earlier, Mejia really has been a beast since moving into that first spot in the lineup. The eye, perhaps more impressive than even
Yeah, he's your typical leadoff guy. I mean, I'd like to compare him to kind of like a Jacoby Ellsbury, a little bit like that. Nice leadoff guy to have in there, outfielder.
as he takes ball 3 now, 3-1. And again, I'm just impressed on this catcher moving in and out the way that he does, almost like he's got roller skates on those knee pads.
Mazer looks really frustrated out there on the mound. Jerome's strike zone has seemed to shrink a little bit this inning.
About this inning, I think I said before the game, very small strike zone. I said Catania's going to really have to shrink his stuff down. Mazer clearly getting frustrated with it, however.
Oh, for sure. We've seen Brett a couple times, We've seen him, and yeah, let's just say our coach Sam Quinn didn't really like him all too much. The other guy's not here tonight, Josue. He kind of kept Brett in check, but he's not here tonight, so it's going to be interesting to see how this guy. I think his name's Victor. Victor.
Not sure what that signal appears as though we'll be ready to go again. 3 balls, 1 strike as Mejia trying to find his way on for the second time tonight. So quite a single for the first time up, and then would obviously come around to score on the triple. As now, prediction from the booth is a walk. We'll see. As that is accurate.
Yeah.
We have a 3-1 count turn into a walk, as that's going to bring up Brody Moore. As out comes the Excelis Bat Boy, and we want to thank Excelis for recognizing the important work that the Bat Boys do during the course of the season. In Brody Moore, came out of Auburn, was a big part of that Auburn College World Series run. Didn't quite
hitter. He's done great. Another guy who's tore up the pilots all year.
as that's in there for a ball again. The movement by this catcher, I mean, watch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As again, Mazer
Swarmer, he's a late season addition to
certainly
the Geneva.
was, yeah.
Actually, this first game, I believe, he played the other night, that 14-6 loss in Newark.
Well, we've seen him a couple of times, as that's in there for ball 2. And again, Mazer kicking dirt. Certainly not liking, I don't know if it's the zone or if he's just frustrated with himself. Nothing working out in the bullpen. A little bit surprised at that, as we talked about the importance of the game close here in a one game means everything. And that's in there for a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, it's funny you say that.
Something to have faith in, however. Get frustrated. You certainly don't want a frustrated pitcher in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes now, as Brody Moore will step back in.
Those last 2 pitches, they seem to have regained a little bit of confidence out there.
A lot of movement there, as once again, we'll see if the Pioneers can turn things around here. Brody did go for 1 back in the first inning, was the first out. Amazing to think we're already into a lap of the order here in the second inning, as that was fouled away, gets into the parking lot. As we remind you to make the right decision, insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. As Mazer steps up, going to be looking for that third strike. He does have a 2-2 count here, as runners stand on first and second base. If Brody Moore can outfield, though, could result in another run. As yet again, Brody comes back set. Mazer, even out of the stretch, very deliberate. Cut on right back towards the pitcher's mound. Throw over to second. Possibility, as that will catch the end of the inning. Brody Moore. So after 1.5, the Pioneers have the 3-0 lead. They'll hope to continue to hold on to that. I want to thank you so much, Kyle, for stopping in.
Thank you for having me, John.
And we will be
shout out to Cody.
We'll be back with you here on
you're watching out there, buddy.
Mixler.com. All right, so Brock Kaufman steps up. Kaufman against the Pioneers this season is a 290 hitter. He has come up 31 times and had hits in 9 of them. We'll see if Tom Catania can keep things going. The pitch, low, 1-0. As again, Catania going right back to work here. The Pioneers up 3-0 as we're playing the bottom of the second inning. Pioneers have already batted around one time as that will miss. Catania took an extra long look there, as neither side has really been overly thrilled with the strike zone to this point. Catania comes set, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed as Kaufman looking for the park out there in left field, I guess. There's a soccer net, maybe a dirt mound. The kangaroo sign for sure. As once again, Catania comes set, the wind and the pitch. Just missed again, 3 balls, 1 strike. So Tom heads right back for the mound. Tom comes back set, and he takes the look, the wind and the pitch. Cut on, that one popped up, maybe playable, but Harmon's going to give up on it, as that will be 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 count as the Elmira Pioneers trying to work their way through the bottom of the second inning with a 3-0 lead. And we want to welcome in everybody once again to the broadcast, seeing Mini Doc, Cody Kuhn, and Kyle French all listening in. Kyle's apparently listening to the wrong game. The Pios happened last night. The wind and the pitch, cut on, drilled out there towards center. Mejia has a beat. That's going to get down, however. Be the second hit of the night for Geneva, as that one's hurled in there. As Brody Moore will take a look. Now, with the first man reaching base, Matteo Avalone will come up. He's a designated hitter. Matteo, a 200 hitter this season against the Pioneers, has 1 hit in 5 attempts. So, have to see how the Pioneers can deal with him. Not a lot of experience to go off of, as that's high, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the second inning, runner stands on first base. Would love to see a ground ball from Matteo Avalone. Catania working out of the stretch again. The wind, the pitch. In there for a strike, right down the gut. Catania steps back on the mound. He takes a look. As again, he checks on the runner. The wind, the pitch. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Catania having a little bit of pressure here as the first pitcher in the playoffs. Certainly working well with that to this point. As Catania comes set. The wind, the pitch, cut on, ground ball is received, but all the way to the left fielder. That'll advance the runners to first and second. Geneva not going away quietly here in the bottom of the second inning. So, 3 hits so far for Geneva as Brandon Cooper will come up. Cooper against the Pioneers this season, hitting an impressive .423, 11 for 26, has a double, 2 home runs. So Catania really going to have to be careful. A little surprising, as much as these two teams met, that anybody could be hitting near 500, but we've talked about a couple of players already, as that's right down the gut for a strike. Might be the best pitch he sees from Catania here. No balls, 1 strike. As Catania takes a long look in. Check back to second. The wind, the pitch is way outside. 1-1. So Catania got ahead in the count. We'll see if he can come back and get back ahead. Runners stand at first and second. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Check back to second. The wind, the pitch, cut on and missed as Cooper swinging for the fences. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Third time we've said that this half inning. As Catania looking for the first out still. So, Catania checks back. The wind and the pitch, cut on and missed, and Catania will earn himself his 3rd strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Dylan Schwarmer. So Schwarmer heading in. Little toss to the bat there by Cooper. Clearly not happy. As Schwarmer this season against the Pioneers. Obviously, we talked about him being a late season addition. Schwarmer batting 400, 4 for 10. Well, it doesn't get any more polished than that. 4 for 10, you're definitely a 400 hitter. As that's in there for a strike. Schwarmer thought that might have touched a bit inside. As now again, Catania steps back in, takes a look. As now again, the wind, the pitch, taken for a strike again. 0-2. Catania found the strike zone one more time after losing it a little bit there at the beginning of the inning. 0-2. Schwarmer taking a look. Coming back set. The line, the pitch. Cut on ground ball. Drighi not going to get there. Scooped up in right field. The runner coming as the pitch from right field will not be in time. That will be a 3-1 game now with just one out. Runners stand on first and second as that's going to bring up Daniel Sperling. So a single for Schwarmer earns an RBI as Sperling comes up. Sperling, a 208 hitter. He is 5 for 24. As now again, see what the Pioneers can do here. Obviously, one out, needing the double play as that swung on and missed by Sperling. Sperling 0-1 count. As again, Catania really having to work here. Coming back set. The wind, the pitch, cut on, ground ball, foul. 0-2. So again, Catania gets way ahead. Needs to find a way to stay ahead. That's been the larger issue. As Catania comes back set. Catania looks in. Checks on the runner, the wind, the pitch. Cut on, that one drilled out there towards left. Hedeman has a beat, makes the grab, throws in quickly. That will hit the cutoff man, so 2 outs. As another good play there, as that's going to bring up Thursel White. White will be the next man to come up. We'll have to see if he can find base here tonight. So, White steps up to the plate. Pioneers trying to find the third out here in the bottom of the second. Don't want to give up any more runs as Catania comes set. The wind, the pitch, right down the gut. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As White looks out, Catania still staring in. You see that sun still setting, certainly bright, right into the broadcaster's eyes for sure. Swung on and missed by White, 0-2. You have to assume that's going to affect a right-handed batter. As stepping back in, Thursel White, 0-2 count. Catania got him fishing on the last one. We'll see if he can get it again. Catania takes a long look back at second. The wind, the pitch, fouled off by White. So another opportunity as Catania heads back for the mound. Did give up 1 run here in the bottom of the second. Catania stands back on the mound. Catania still looking in. Now he's got his sign, checks on the runner, the wind, the pitch, cut on, popped up. This should be playable. Trey Harmon has a beat, makes the catch, and the Pioneers get out of the inning. They give up 1, but still take a 3-1 lead. To the top of the third, you're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, it's the top of the third in Utica. The Adirondack Trailblazers lead 5-3. If the Pioneers secure a win, Adirondack secures a win. Elmira will host a playoff game tomorrow evening. So certainly interesting things at stake as the Pioneers have a 3-1 lead going into the top of the third. And in the top of the third, in the other game that matters to us, Adirondack has the lead. 5-3. That is impressive against that Utica team that's been killer this year. So that's going to bring up Trey Harmon. Granted, we've only seen Adirondack once. It did not go our way, but love to play at the Dun. Adirondack has not had an opportunity to do that, so we'll have to see how that plays out. As Trey Harmon steps up, he's 1 for 1 on the day. Mazer winds and delivers. Cut on, fouled back, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. As Trey Harmon, the 2019 PGCBL Home Run Derby champion, going back to work. So, hoping to keep things going for the Pioneers. Trey Harmon looking for a response here. The wind and pitch from Mazer. Taken for a strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Harmon disagrees. I think he'd like something about belt high, medium speed, something he got during the home run derby. That would be about perfect. So we'll see if Harmon can get such a pitch from Jacob Mazer. The wind and the pitch, taken outside. Mazer certainly staying a lot closer to the plate now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As the sun continues to set. As once again, Mazer winds up and delivers. Cut on. Harmon's going to get caught in right field. So that's going to bring up Bryce Moskowitz. Moskowitz, no official at bats today. Walked his first time up. I believe, as it stands, he is one of only 2 base on balls on the day. Both of them coming for the Elmira Pioneers. So no bases on balls surrendered by Tom Catania in a 3-1 ball game. Each side does have 4 hits. As again, looking out. The wind and the pitch. Taken high, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. There is a pitcher now starting to get warm out in that Geneva bullpen. We will try to get a number here as quickly as humanly possible for you. As again, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled away. As now 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. As once again, Tioga Down's not only a great place to play, a great place to stay. Check out the hotel and resort. As coming back, the windup and the pitch. Cut on. That one drilled out there towards center. That one looks to be playable. The catch will be made as Cooper makes the grab and Moskowitz goes 0 for 1. That's going to bring up Brennan DeRigi, who was not happy with his last at bat. He had a ball that he still believes hit the fence, be foul, and it was caught by the catcher. So DeRigi, who, not happy with his first at bat, but I'll tell you what, the next batter, Kyle Richardson, hit a triple. So can't really argue with the results. 3-0 in the first. Now it's a 3-1 game here in the top of the third. Taken for a strike. So DeRigi, 0-1. 0-1 in his time's up at the plate. 0-1 in the count. No balls, 1 strike. So the windup, the pitch. Cut on by DeRigi, fouled back. That one definitely hit the fence. No argument there. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brennan DeRigi looking for some solid contact as the sun continues to set. DeRigi forced to wear sunglasses. And it's not at night yet, as that one's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 count. DeRigi steps back in. He takes a long look out. Final at bat of the first third of the game for the Pioneers. The windup and the pitch. Taken for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As DeRigi going to step back in. So a pitcher still warming down in the bullpen. Certainly a much better presence on the mound for Mazer here in this half inning. Mazer comes set, the wind, the pitch. Taken inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. as Derigi certainly working the count. So Derigi steps in. No runners on base. This is the first inning. The Pioneers have yet to have a base runner. See if Derigi can change that. Mazer comes set. The line, the pitch. Cut on, right back through the middle. The second baseman has a play, makes it, throws over to first in time, just barely. So the Pioneers go down 1-2-3, and we will head for the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and Tom Catania ready to go back to work here in the first playoff game of the season for the Pioneers, hoping to extend it to many, many more. 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the third. So a lot of work to be done between now and the end of this one as Catania goes back to work his third inning. Cut on, popped up towards Mejia. Mejia should have the read and will make the catch, as that will start things off very, very well for the Pioneers. Harrison Treble, a quick 0 for 2. That's going to bring up Noah Fisher, and we've talked about Fisher time and time again. Certainly no slouch in the batting box. We saw him plenty at the All-Star game as well, so we'll have to see if the Pioneers can find a way to work out Noah Fisher. Catania coming back set. The line and the pitch. Taken for a ball just outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Pios hanging on to a 3-1 lead. Of course, we know no lead is safe. We saw that last night against Newark. The pitch outside again, 2 balls, no strikes. Can't allow base runners and certainly can't allow them to run around all the bases and come home. As Catania comes back set. He winds and delivers. Just misses again. 3 straight balls. Catania now taking a long walk around the mound. Trying to find his sweet spot on the mound. Catania comes set. The wind of the pitch. Taken for a strike. Well, he's found it again. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As Tom steps back on the rubber. Takes a long look. He winds, delivers. Missed, apparently. Catania looks unhappy with that call, but Fisher will earn himself a free pass. That's going to bring up Nick Lebraska. Lebraska, who so far tonight has swung for the fences. That did not work out well for him in his first at-bat. He went down on strikes. So again, the Pioneers looking to keep the score right where it is, get themselves back up to the batter's box and start hitting. Tom comes set. The pitch. Taken. Misses again as Catania getting squeezed. So, nobody warming in the Pioneers bullpen as of yet. Pitcher that was up, I believe, was Crane for the Geneva Red Wings. He has sat down. The wind and pitch. Inside corner strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. As again, looking out. Catania comes set. The line, the pitch. bounces up and away in front of the catcher, and that's going to allow the runner to advance to second base as Treble will move into scoring position. Catania looking for answers as he stared into his glove there for a moment. Now he returns to the rubber. Runner taking his lead well off before anybody steps on the rubber. Might be the time for the hidden ball trick. Probably not, but you never know. That could always work. The wind, the pitch. That missed inside. That same pitch was called a strike about 3 pitches ago. As now again, Catania looking out on the mound. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The wind, the pitch. Cut on, ground ball. Skips through into the outfield. This is going to score a run. As there's the second run of the ball game for Geneva. And Nick Nebraska will earn his first hit of the game and an RBI. So Brock Kaufman will be the next man up. The Pioneers now feeling the pinch as Geneva has scored in back-to-back innings here in the second and the third. 3-2 ball game in the bottom of the third inning. Catania still the only man up and moving in a pitching style for the Pioneers. Nobody up, down in the bullpen. Catania are going to be relied on to get through at least another inning. Cut on and fouled away. Being there for strike 1, 0-1. As Brock Kaufman, 1 for 1 already on the night. Just a poor play over there at third. As Kaufman steps back in. Fisher was driven in after that walk back there a couple of batters ago. As now Nebraska, certainly as tall and lanky as he is, you would have expected him to get down to second base on the missed ball by the third baseman. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Down showdown. As we'll see, Catania coming back set. The wind, the pitch. Cut on, popped up. This one back towards the wall. The right fielder will get there, make the catch. Andrew Sexton hurls it back in. So the Pioneers now have 2 outs as Brock Kaufman goes down. That's going to bring up Mateo Avalone. Avalone 1 for 1 on the night. Pioneers hoping to find their way out of the inning. Avalone looking. Catania steps back up. The sun now almost even with the tree line. Catania comes set. The wind, the pitch. Misses. 1 ball, no strikes. As Tom steps back on the mound. Catania looking in. He waits. The wind, the pitch. Taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. As again, Catania working. He waits. The wind, the pitch. Misses there. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Avalone really working the count here. Pioneers would love to put a stopper in here. They would have the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up in the bottom of the 4th if they could stop Avalone here. Cut on, popped up, foul. 2-2-2. Another Tioga Down showdown. As Catania returns to the mound. Needs a put-away pitch here. See if he can find it. Catania comes set. He looks in. Has his sign. Winds. Deals. Fouled off one more time. That one will get out to the parking lot. That one almost hits the Pioneers bus. As once again, we remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. Catania steps back up. Takes a long look in. Shakes off the sign. Now he's got the one he wants. He comes set. The wind. The pitch. Cut on. Fouled off yet again. As Avalone certainly going for days here in this at-bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Tioga Down showdowns roll on. As Catania trying to come out on top. The sun now starting to get below the tree level here. So this game going to turn right around as batters are going to get a much better look at the ball. The wind, the pitch. cut on, ground ball, scooped up by Brody Moore, thrown to first in plenty of time. So that will end the inning. However, the Pioneers do give up a run. That makes it a 3-2 ball game. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. All right, so we've got some out-of-town updates for you here before the Pioneers come to the plate. Adirondack 5, Utica 3 in the bottom of the fourth. A final score from Albany. Albany 9, Mohawk Valley 5. And the final game, Amsterdam 5, Saugerties 4 in the bottom of the fifth. So lots of PGCBL action here tonight as the Pioneers looking to claim their first playoff victory in 2 seasons. As now again, the windup and the pitch. Cut on there. Already a triple for Kyle Richardson. This one looks like it'll be playable and will be caught out there in center field. So Richardson goes 1 for 2, a very quick out here in the top of the fourth inning. That's going to bring up Henneman. As again, the Elmira Pioneers clinging to a 3-2 lead as they've given up runs in the last 2 innings. Of course, in the bottom of the fourth, they're going to face the 7, 8, 9 batters, so a good opportunity to find themselves the appearance to put a 0 up. The wind, the pitch, cut on, fouled off, and back towards the parking lot. No balls, 1 strike. As again, coming back set. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 3-2 lead for the Elmira Pioneers. We've continued to talk about no lead being safe. The line, the pitch, cut on by Henneman. This one a little flare out towards right center. Catch will be made by Thursel White. And that will be the second out of the inning. So that's going to bring up Craig Corliss. Corliss, who's 1 for 1 on the night. We talked about it. He's had some trouble getting going with the hitting up until last night. Finally got his first hit of the season. Now he's got one here tonight and is looking for a second. Corliss, the 8th batter in the lineup. He would bring Sexton up if Corliss can get on. No balls, no strikes, 2 outs. As again, the wind, the pitch, cut on, ground ball towards the shortstop, scooped up, running Corliss. That one gets by the first baseman, rolling towards the fence, and that will allow Corliss to reach base. He will reach on an error, but he's still on board. That brings up Andrew Sexton. Sexton 0 for 1 has struck out. We know Sexton has the power ability. Just hope he can get it going here tonight. Talked about it earlier. Sexton against these Geneva Red Wings, $167, 5 hits and 30 attempts, a double, a triple, a home run. So it's certainly been a interesting road for Sexton here in this season against the Geneva Red Wings. Sexton steps in. Corliss stands on first. The wind, the pitch, outside and high, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As it appears, the pitcher for the Red Wings, Jacob Mazer, has certainly got things going for himself. He's put up 2-0 since being touched for 3 runs in the top of the first. So the wind, the pitch from Mazer, cut on and missed as Sexton looking for that scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. As Sexton steps back up. Sexton looks. Mazer comes back set. Mazer checking second base for some reason. The wind and pitch outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Mazer, not sure about that. He checked second base for some reason. Watch and see if he does it again. He looks over to first. That makes sense to me. Now he winds and delivers. All right, so that's a little less confusing as that one will get foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A Tioga down showdown. As once again, Sexton 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Sexton talking to his bat. The last time we saw him do that, he put one over the fence. Looking in. Mazer comes set. He winds. He delivers outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So you're sure Corliss will be going here. 3-2 count. 2 outs. Runner will be off. Corliss not even feigning. He is standing about 6 feet from the bag, and the first baseman still on the outfield grass. They're never going to throw him out, I guess. As now Corliss off and moving. Cut on. Drilled right behind Corliss. Gets through all the way to the outfield. Corliss touches second and will stay put. So that was unfortunate. Corliss had an opportunity to make it to third after the misplay at second. So that's going to bring up the leadoff man, Jeff Mejia. Mejia has been on base twice here tonight. He reached on the first at bat of the game with a single and then walked his way on base. Now with runners on first and second, another single here. Barring any base running mistakes, should bring Corliss home and increase this Pioneers lead. See what Mejia can do here. A large gap between all the outfielders, really. Kind of surprising. The pitch high and just high. 1 ball, no strikes. As both the left and right fielder standing in pretty much normal position, but it just looks a little bit wider than most parks here in Geneva. The wind, the pitch, cut on and fouled back right towards me as Mejia not agreeing with what I'm talking about. 1 ball, 1 strike. As again, Mejia takes a look out. See if the Pioneers can tally a run here. As again, Mejia waits. The windup, the pitch, cut on, right back up the middle. Shortstop should have the play. He will step on second base, and that will do it. Mejia will not reach for the first time here tonight, and the Pioneers take a 3-2 lead to the bottom of the fourth, where they will face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and with that being said, the Elmira Pioneers getting ready for the bottom of the fourth. They're going to face the 7, 8, and 9 batters as really not had an easy inning since the bottom of the first. Certainly could use one here as Catania now has to deal with no sun help out there in the outfield. That's going to bring up Brandon Cooper. Cooper 0 for 1, but certainly no slouch in the batter's box. So Cooper steps in. Catania comes set. They'll wind up in the pitch. Taken low and inside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 3-2 game for the Elmira Pioneers here in the bottom of the fourth, trying to push it along to the halfway point. Catania comes set, the wind and the pitch. Cut on ground ball, getting foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, as you see the manager not even make an effort there. Usually the third base coach for the Pioneers would try to catch the ball. Don't see that here from the Geneva coach, as now Catania comes back set, the wind and the pitch. Bounces one up there, 2 balls, 1 strike. So Catania trying to work through the bottom of this order. And again, you wonder how long the leash is. As Catania comes set, the wind and the pitch. Fouled off, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As now Catania needs to find that put-away pitch. Tom steps back on the mound. He takes a look. Has his sign. The wind and the pitch. Ooh, that one tight. Catania certainly wanted it. The umpire did not give it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. As now Tom winds, delivers. Cut on and miss. Catania earns himself another strikeout as Cooper strikes out for the second time tonight. That's going to bring up Dylan Schwarmer. Schwarmer 1 for 1 has an RBI, so certainly able to hit the ball. We'll have to see if the Pioneers can deal with Schwarmer here. Can't afford to give him another hit. As Schwarmer steps back in. Always the wind and the pitch. Cut on, fouled off. It always shocks me a little bit to see how much these catchers come in and they squat as they throw or as they step up to the plate. As much as they squat behind the plate during the game, you would think the batting stance would be a little bit more erect, as that one's driven out towards left. Henneman makes the catch. 7 and 8 go down quickly. So it comes up to Daniel Sperling. Sperling 0 for 1 on the day. As Catania making a comment to his third baseman. They both laughed that one off. And now Catania hoping to put up a 0 for the first time since the first inning. So, looking in, the line, the pitch from Catania, low, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. As again, Daniel Sperling. As Catania looks in, a long look in, he winds, he delivers, low, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 count. As Catania looks in again, a 3-2 lead. The Pioneers scored all 3 of their runs in the first. The 2 runs for the Geneva Red Wings in the previous 2 bottom halves of the inning, as Catania will bounce up a third straight pitch. 3-0. The only man not in a jersey down there in the bullpen is the one that the his teammates call Big Baby, Chase Austin. Austin wearing just the red warm-up t-shirt, as that one's in there for a strike. Austin pitched a heck of a game last night. 7 innings of 1-run baseball. Could not have asked for any better work out of the big man. The wind, the pitch, cut on, drilled out there towards center. Mejia has a beat and makes the grab. That will do it. 1-2-3 inning for the Pioneers, as now the Elmira Pioneers head to the top of the 5th with a 3-2 lead. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right. Well, we were just given another update handed to us up here in the booth at the top of the 5th inning. Adirondack 10, Utica 3. Unbelievable. So, Pioneers would love to get the win here and host a game tomorrow. We'll have to see if that's a possibility. So, Utica, who I'll be perfectly honest, folks, I was predicting as the team to beat. Now looking like the team that's about to be beaten. They say it all the time. Hey, whoever shows up on Sunday, granted it's Thursday night, and it's a football metaphor, but it works nonetheless. As Brody Moore steps up, 0 for 2 on the night. The wind and pitch, cut on, drilled by Brody out towards right field, will be caught. As Moore will go for 3 on just one pitch. That's going to bring up Trey Harmon. Harmon, who is 1 for 2. Top 4 first base prospect in the country, top 150 impact freshman at Kentucky, and the 2019 Home Run Derby champion. As Harmon steps back in, he's got 1 out here. As Harmon waits, Mazer begins the deliberate windup, the pitch. As that was, no, they are going to count that, so that is a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Harmon thought he held up, shaking his head as he'll step back in. So Mazer looking again. 0-1 count, 1 out. The wind, the pitch, taken. That's in there for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga Down showdown. Mazer taking a mile walk around the mound as he's trying to get his head around that. Once again, Mazer takes a look. The wind, the pitch, cut on, drilled down the first base line, just foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As another pitcher warming in the bullpen, I'm told it's Zach Crane getting warmed up. Zach Crane. So Zach Crane warming in the bullpen as I'm trying to help out the people in the booth next door. So Harmon waiting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The wind, the pitch, cut on by Harmon. That will be bounced, and there's the skillful play by the third base coach, Andrew Drum. As again, so coming back set, Harmon looks out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. The Pioneers looking for some insurance. The pitch high, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The lights are on here at McDonough Park, and the Pioneers are trying to move on to the next round of the playoffs. Harmon looks out. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled towards third base. Diving for it, scooping it up and throwing over. That will be in time. So Harmon's hard hit goes for naught as he will go 1 for 3. That's going to bring up Bryce Moskowitz, who's 0 for 1 with a base on balls. So Moskowitz stepping in. Mazer will be looking for 1 more out here in the top of the 5th inning. Umpire has got himself some new baseballs. He certainly needed them here. A lot of foul balls here tonight. As Moskowitz looks out, Mazer comes back set. Mazer allowed 3 runs in the top of the 1st, but that's all the Pioneers have been able to put across the plate. The wind and the pitch, taken on the inside corner for a strike. Perhaps the best pitch Moskowitz is going to see. So Bryce Moskowitz takes a look. As again, Mazer winds and delivers. Taken for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. As the Pioneers trying to close the door here. Trying to find some insurance runs as that's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moskowitz not necessarily agreeing with that one. As stepping back in. Moskowitz 0 for 1, a base on balls. He's looking for his first hit of the night. Pioneer stat line, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, as that one's way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As we remind you and hope that our great friends back at the front office enjoying crab night at the Tioga Downs buffet. That was the plan, as I was told, as I was getting on the bus today. The wind, the pitch, Cut on, popped up. This is definitely playable. First baseman ranging over, makes the grab, and the Pioneers go down 1-2-3 yet again. So, Pioneers going to have to find a way to bust themselves through here as we are headed for the bottom of the fifth. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixler.com. The Pioneers leading 3-2. All right, Thursel White to lead things off as 1, 2, and 3 do up. Tom Catania trying to go back to work here. He needs to put up another 0 in the worst way. We'll see what as Ben Efros heads down towards the bullpen, perhaps giving some instruction, as I'm certain someone will be warming. So, 3-2 as the Pioneers looking for outs. Still a long way to go to that final out. The wind, the pitch, taken, bounced in there for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Coming back set. The wind and the pitch from Catania. Low, 2 balls, no strikes. So Thursel White certainly using his eye. As we'll have to see one more time. The wind and the pitch. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Catania getting a little wild here. As now indication to get the bullpen in motion. Catania looks in. Pioneers up by just a run. And as we've always said throughout the broadcast, the Pioneers, the bunt is shown. That is in there for a strike. A little surprised with a 3-0 count. You feign the bunt. Don't know that you see that very often. Coming set, the wind and the pitch. In there for ball 4, and Catania certainly frustrated. Did not like that call whatsoever. This umpire's zone has been consistently inconsistent. As now again, Harrison Treble will come up. As Catania still staring in. Treble steps into the box. Catania working back out of the stretch. Has to keep an eye on White. White certainly has the speed. The pitch bunted and a trip over his own feet as that's thrown down to first and earns the first out of the inning. Treble could not get going as that'll bring up Noah Fisher. Fisher, 1 for 1, base on balls. So now pressure's on as White stands at second. A right-handed batter comes up, so the throw down to third will be made even more complicated should Thursel White try to steal. As Catania takes a long look back, the wind, the pitch, cut on, fouled off. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. As there is movement in the Pioneers bullpen, I'm trying to get a number here. I believe that's Connor Takis getting loose. So the University of Albany freshman. Coming back set, the wind, the pitch. taken outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. As again, Elmira coming back set. Catania checking on the runner. The line, the pitch, cut on. This is flown out there towards right. Does get foul. It's picked up by Sexton, hurled in there. That does move the runner along. So 2 outs are made. Fisher goes down for the first time tonight, and that is going to bring up Nick Nebraska. So Nebraska, with a runner 90 feet from home, Catania just has to... No, hold on. What is happening here? Here comes manager Matt Birch. We'll see if he's going to bring in a new pitcher. Connor Tech is getting ready. As talking with the second base umpire. I don't believe they are going to bring in Takis here. I think they're discussing strategy. So, again, discussion here on the mound. The Pioneers up 3-2, need to put up a 0 here in this half inning. As Birch talking about everything, trying to make sure his players know what to do in any event. The home plate umpire taking a walk around the going here. So they break up the mound visit. Catania, I believe, will get one last batter here, as Connor Takis has to be getting close to warmed up. And as he faces him, that had to be what he was telling him. Stay away, don't give in, as Nebraska certainly known being able to put the ball a long way from home. As now again, bottom of the 6th, Amsterdam 6, Saugerties 4. Bottom of the 6th, Adirondacks 10, Utica 3. So these games, not quite a tight one in Utica tonight. A little surprising is the line, the pitch. Taken for a ball, 1-0. Interesting, as Utica played Adirondack last night, came away with a big win, and that allowed the Elmira Pioneers to battle Geneva here tonight. So, Catania comes set, the line, the pitch. Not sure where that missed, as the umpire doesn't give Catania the call. 2 balls, no strikes. So, it is final in Albany. Albany 9. Move on of the first round, 1 strike. Just being given these notes as I give them to you. So certainly interesting to keep track of here during this playoff situation. Pioneers have a 1-run lead, but the tying run just 90 feet from home. The next pitch, cut out there towards center. This should be playable for Mejia. Mejia makes the grab, and the Pioneers hold on to the 3-2 lead as down goes Nebraska. We take the 3-2 lead to the top of the 6th as your Elmira Pioneers continue to hold on. All right, and we are back here for the top of the 6th inning. The Pioneers clinging to that 1-run lead. And I'll tell you what, the way that the games are going on around the league, one off here and have a home game tomorrow if everything stays the way it is right now. Certainly would be the ideal situation for your Elmira Pioneers. Love playing at the Dun. As once again, stepping back up, First man up to the plate, gonna be the left-hander, Brennan Dorigi. Excuse me, let me say this as Troy would. Brennan Dorigi. Troy, little shout out to you. As once again, Pioneers stepping back up. Have not really had a solid inning since the top of the first. The wind, the pitch, cut on and missed as Dorigi is working on the mound. Still Jacob Mazer. A little surprised. We've seen a pitcher up working out of the bullpen quite a bit. Mazer still stays in the game. It does appear Connor Tack is set to come in for the bottom of the sixth as Tom Catania has pitched 5 very good innings. Coming back set, the wind and the pitch. Cut on, Dorigi over the head of the shortstop, and he will start off the inning right. That one hops through. Dorigi headed around, heading for second, maybe to his peril as he slides in. No, he's safe. A double by Brennan Dorigi. So Dorigi, what a play, hitting that double. That'll bring up Kyle Richardson, who's 1 for 2 with a triple. And if he can get another extra base hit, the Pioneers would have an insurance run they so desperately crave here in the top of the sixth. As now we'll see what Richardson can do. Kyle steps back in. Mazer certainly on the edge of the mound here as the pitcher warming up in the bullpen appears to be good to go. Mazer comes set. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, popped up. That will get foul. Richardson would love to find another triple in his system if he's got it. Looking for that insurance. A 3 at the top of the sixth inning. Mazer comes set. The pitch. Bunt is shown and bounced over the catcher, so no balls, 2 strikes. A little surprising. Richardson not normally known for bunting, but any way you can move the batter along, nobody out. They want to get Dorigi to third base. As once again, the Elmira Pioneers looking to increase this lead. They have a 3-2 lead here, top of the sixth. Still need 12 defensive outs. As yet again, Mazer looks in. The wind, the pitch, cut on, driven out there. That's going to get down, and Dorigi will come around third. He's heading for home. Insurance run that the Pioneers asked for as Dorigi stuck on home plate. And that is another hit for Kyle Richardson, his 4th RBI of the day. And that is what the Pioneers needed. Trevor Henneman, the next man up. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. See if he can turn things around now. Pioneers certainly trying to keep things going, as it has been an interesting game to say the least. As once again, Elmira with a 2-run lead. Wind and the pitch. Taken high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. As again, Henneman steps back in. Henneman taking a look. Cut on and missed. As Henneman taking a big cut at that one. Don't see that too much from Trevor Henneman. As the Elmira Pioneers certainly trying to go back to work here. Henneman waiting, the wind, the pitch. Bunt is laid down, heads the runner to second base. Thrown over to first in plenty of time for the Elmira Pioneers. As they continue to try to work their way through the top of the sixth inning, they do have a run, as they definitely needed that. 4-2 ball game here, as stepping up, going to be Craig Corliss. Corliss 1 for 2. He did reach on an error. The sack bunt from Henneman will keep him at 0 for 2. As now again, Corliss takes a look. Corliss waits. Runner at second. The wind, the pitch, taken inside. So 1 ball, no strikes. A little Geneva here not agreeing with that call. As once again, Corliss stepping in. Corliss, the 8th batter in the lineup, has a runner at second. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Coming back set. The wind and the pitch. High, 2 balls, no strikes. As Mazer certainly feeling the pinch here. So, Mazer comes back, standing on the mound. He waits. As Mazer takes a look at second, the wind and the pitch. In there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As Elmira trying to keep the runs coming in. They've got a runner in scoring position as Kyle Richardson stands out there. He has a triple, a single, and 4 RBIs. Kyle Richardson have a day. As now again, checking back, the wind and the pitch. Bounces up to the plate, 3-1. So Corliss on the verge of taking his free pass. See if Mazer gonna give it up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wind not a factor here tonight. The flag's stationary out there in center field. As again, coming back set. The wind, the pitch. In there for ball 4. Craig Corliss takes a free pass, and Mazer takes his hat off. He is frustrated out there on the mound. Corliss has now reached base on all 3 times up to the plate. As Andrew Sexton, who's 1 for 2 with a strikeout, looking to reach some contact, driving that runner from second base. Sexton, of course, has shown power throughout the season. If he could drive a long ball here, the Pioneers would certainly enjoy that. So, Mazer looking in. Top of the 6th inning. 1 out. Pioneers waiting. The wind, the pitch. High. In there for a ball. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. The pitcher appears to be ready. He's standing down there in the bullpen. I do not understand Geneva's thought process here. As the wind and the pitch. Taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. As again, runners stand at first. Drew Sexton looking for something he can drive. Coming back set. Mazer. Still very steady. The wind, the pitch. Taken for a strike. Sexton does not like that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pioneers looking to extend the lead. A 4-2 lead here in the top of the 6th. 1-2. Runner heads from bounces in, and the runners will both be safe as runners at the corners for the leadoff man, Jeff Mejia. Sexton does his job. He moves the runner from second to third, but now with 2 outs, Mejia has a lot of pressure on him to get a base hit. Or a pass ball. Pass ball definitely would be acceptable. As once again, the Pioneers looking to extend back to a 3-run lead. So Mejia versus Mazer for the 3rd time. Mejia 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 out. So Mejia takes a look. As we may have some more updates here. Bottom of the 7th, Amsterdam 6, Saugerties 4. Top of the 7th, Adirondack 10, Utica 3. Mejia swings and misses on that first one. So Adirondack really shocking Utica here tonight. I'll tell you what, 10-3 in the top of the 7th. That is unbelievable. Once again, Mazer comes back set. The line, the pitch. Mejia takes ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners stand at first and third. Mazer, the one thing you got to give him, everything is about control. We have not seen a pass ball so far tonight, actually, as we'll see. Maybe he get a little wild. Hopefully for the wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled out there towards the shortstop. Play is made, and that will do it. Pioneers score 1, but we head to the bottom of the 6th with the Pioneers with just that 2-run lead. It's 4-2. Heading for the bottom of the 6th. Pioneers back to the field. All right. Well, the Pioneers have a new pitcher. Connor Takis comes out to start working for the Pios. Takis this season against Geneva, a 7.45 ERA, a win, a loss, 4 games appeared in, 9.2 innings pitched, 15 hits, 13 runs, 8 of them earned, 5 bases on balls, and 13 strikeouts. The one thing you have to remember, numbers from early in the season don't count nearly as much as the numbers later on. So Takis, who has been really doing well to this, he can continue to make that work for him. So Connor Takis out there on the mound, as now again takes his last couple warm-up pitches. Takis out of the University of Albany, going to be a 2-run lead, and easy for him thus far. They'll have to find it though, needing to get the win and move on here in the PGCBL Western Division semifinals, a 1-game playoff, as hopefully the Geneva on this very day. And the Pioneers, who have had an up and down season to say the least, are trying to find their way through. Brock Kaufman, 1 for 2, steps up. As Kaufman steps back in, Takis, the left-handed hurler, have to see what he can do. As a little bit darker on the screen for our YouTube crowd. High, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. As again, we'll see what kind of leash the Pioneers have on their relievers. Coming back set, Takis winds, delivers, cut on and missed. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Kaufman looking to get on base. Kaufman 1 for 2 on the night. As Kaufman looks out, Takis winds, delivers, cut on and fouled away. Back towards the parking lot again. We remind you, make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. Connor Takis looking for a final strike here against the first batter he's facing. Kaufman, the 5th batter in the lineup, so 5, 6, and 7 due up. The wind and pitch from Takis, high and outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Takis steps right back on the mound. He takes a long look in. Comes back set, the wind and the pitch. Bounces one up there, 3 balls, 2 strikes. I'll tell you what, Tom Catania certainly did his job here tonight. He gets through 5 full, 2 runs, 5 hits, just an error on the board. So not a bad night for Tom Catania, the starter. As now Kaufman steps back in, 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, looking for the put-away pitch. The wind, the pitch, cut on and fouled away as that one gets to the parking lot. So again, Elmira Pioneers looking for the payoff pitch now. As again, 3-2 count. Umpire returns back behind the plate. Not sure what's going on out there. Something interesting. As people chasing the balls down outside the stadium. As Takis comes back set, the wind, the pitch, cut on, ground ball. Sliding over as Takis turns around, throws, and in time! What a throw by the pitcher! As he makes the out. Kaufman was ranging down to first, just unable to beat out Connor Takis. As now, that's going to bring up Matteo Avallone. So Avallone steps up 1 for 2 on the night. Avallone looks out at Takis. Takis certainly showing his athleticism. They're able to get over. There is somebody throwing down in the bullpen. Not sure who it is, if they're just getting loose or if they're actually starting to warm. Still a jacket on out. That actually, as I look down, looks a little bit like Chase Austin. So I would doubt that he's warming up to come in here tonight after 7 great innings pitched last night. 2 balls, no strikes. As again, coming back set, Avallone looks out. Coming back set, Takis winds, delivers, cut on and missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count. 1 out. As again, Avalone looking out. Connor Tack is coming back set. The line, the pitch, inside, 3 balls, 1 strike. So Connor trying to work maybe a little too fast here. We'll have to see if he slows things down. Connor takes a long look in here in the bottom of the 6th. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, grounded, and Harmon not going to get to that one. That'll get through and into the outfield as Andrew Sexton picks it up and hurls it back in. Avalone now 2 for 3 on the night. That'll bring up Brandon Cooper, who has had his struggles here tonight. Cooper 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So we'll see what changes here with the new pitcher. Cooper steps back up. Now is the potential tying run with a runner standing on first base. So Takis takes a look in. The wind and the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Cooper certainly feeling the pinch here tonight. He has struck out twice already, trying to avoid the hat trick. And we want to remind everybody, Enforcer season tickets on sale now, 607-734-PUCK. Cut on and missed, 0-2. So Cooper 1 strike away from the hat trick, 3 strikeouts in a game. Have to see what happens here. Cooper was an all-star back in Saugerties. As Takis comes set. Oh, no, that's going to get foul. Sexton just pulled up off that one. So we'll see if Cooper attacks this one with the same vigor. As again, top of the 8th, Amsterdam 6, Saugerties 4. Bottom of the 7th, Adirondack 10, Utica 3. As again, Cooper taking a long look in. As he waits, Takis being told to throw him a chair from the Elmira bench. In there for a ball. First ball of the at-bat, 1-2. Takis trying to get Cooper chasing, and why not? Cooper's been chasing everything here tonight. Like a dog not on a leash. See if he can catch up with something. The wind and the pitch. Now he gets a hold of that one. That's going to get down in the outfield. As that's scooped up, thrown right back in. Runners will stand at first and second. As Cooper and Schwarmer. Schwarmer 1 for 2 on the night. Does have an RBI, so Tack is going to have to be careful. See how long of a leash Takis has, mentioning the dog on the leash comment. Set. Takis checking on the runners. He winds, delivers. He's really been pounding the zone. Unfortunately, the foul offs, the tip-offs, and everything to keep them alive, Geneva has been able to take advantage. The wind, the pitch. In there, just missed. As I think the catcher and the pitcher need to get on the same page, having a little bit of difficulty on that last pitch. So Pioneers a 2-run lead, but 2 runners are on here in the bottom of the 6th. Send themselves back to the Western Conference Finals. As again, Adirondack with just a huge, unbelievable lead in Utica tonight. If you had asked me yesterday, Utica would have been my pick to go all the way, but I'll tell you what, this has changed the system a little. As now, Takis comes set. 1 ball. The wind, the pitch. So, Takis comes back out on the mound. He comes set. As Takis takes a long look in. Bottom of the order, Schwarmer. Next up would be Sperling if Schwarmer stays out of a double play. Cut on, popped up. This should be playable as the... So 1 for 3. Daniel obviously 0 for 2 on the night as he's played third base tonight. See if Takis can get out of this inning. Certainly a lot of men left on base for the Geneva Red Wings to this point. Would love to strand these two. So again, looking in. First pitch in there for a strike again. A first pitch strike as really moving things around there. Great movement by Connor Takis as he tries to keep things going. Takis comes set. Takes a look in. The wind, the pitch, cut on, drilled out there towards left. As that one drops foul. So no balls, 2 strikes. That'll send runners back to first and second. And Connor Takis 1 strike away from getting out of the bottom of the 6th inning. As the Pioneers fans in attendance give a little cheer. Takis trying to finish off Daniel Sperling, the third baseman. 0 for 2 tonight. Has not struck out, however. So coming back set, the University of Albany freshman, Connor Takis, comes back set. Takes a long look. The wind, the pitch. Ground ball right up the middle. Snagged by Brody Moore. Steps on. And then 4 to 2. So when we come back, the Elmira Pioneers will come back to the plate and hopefully find a way to add a little bit more insurance. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, a quick look around the out-of-town scoreboard one more time. Adirondack 10, Utica 3, top of the 8th inning. Saugerties 4, Amsterdam 6, top of the 8th inning. And here in the top of the 7th, Elmira 4, Geneva 2. Pioneers hoping to keep that going, as the Pioneers would love to come away with a victory here tonight. And if the score holds on, not saying that it will, nothing can be predicted. However, if the score holds on, Adirondack can overcome the Utica Blue Sox. The Pioneers would host a home game tomorrow and play at 7:05. Won't want to miss a moment of Pioneers playoff action as Brody Moore comes up to the plate. Brody 0 for 3 today. If the Pioneers do pull it out, playoff tickets will go on sale tomorrow at 9 a.m. So 1 ball, no strikes as Brody Moore goes back. 1-0. The wind, the pitch. Inside again, 2-0. So a brand new pitcher on the mound as Zach Crane does come into the game. Crane, we talked about it, 9.31 ERA, no wins, 1 loss, 2 appearances, and both of them starts for the Red Wings against the Pioneers. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Crane pitched 9.2 innings, 18 hits, 10 runs, all of them earned, 4 bases on balls, and 5 strikeouts. Coming back set. The wind and the pitch from Crane, cut on by Brody Moore. He will put that into the parking lot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 count. As Brody trying to find his way on base here. One of only 3 Pioneers to not, 2 Pioneers to not have reached, 3 Pioneers to not have a hit. As again, Brody Moore, 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Pioneers still needing 9 defensive outs to find their way to a victory. So again, Brody Moore steps in as Brody waits. Crane comes back set, the wind and the pitch. Taken for ball 3, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Brody Moore showing some patience here. As again, Moore Waits, the wind and the pitch. Taken for ball 4. Brody will take a free pass, and that will bring up perhaps the most dangerous man in the Pioneers lineup, Trey Harmon, the home run derby champion. So Harmon steps up to face Crane, as the Pioneers still looking for some insurance here. Pioneers would love to pile on here in the top of the 7th inning. Of course, after this half inning, we will have the 7th inning stretch, a little bit longer break. As coming back set, the wind, the pitch, outside, 1-0. So another pitcher already warming down in that Geneva bullpen. As we've seen a walk already presented and Harmon getting ball 1. Did not take a long time to see that. As the windup and the pitch, cut on and fouled off, 1 ball, 1 strike. So a 1-1 count to Trey Harmon. As Brody Moore stands on first. As again, Harmon takes a long look out. The wind, the pitch, cut on, popped up again. Catcher has a beat on it. That will hit the top of the broadcast booth, and that will be a ball and 2 strikes. We remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So, coming out here. See if the Pioneers can get things going. Trey Harmon, a ball and 2 strikes. As now again, have the out-of-town scoreboard for you momentarily. The windup, the pitch, taken for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trey Harmon trying to find his way on base now. As Harmon waits. The wind and the pitch from Crane. Swung on and missed. Harmon goes down swinging. So Harmon goes 1 for 4. As that's going to bring up Bryce Moskowitz. Moskowitz 0 for 2. He has a base on balls. Moskowitz, tonight's Taco Bell K-Man, has not given up a strikeout as of yet, so denying these fans in Geneva their tacos. Have to see if Moskowitz can continue to deny them these tacos. Just mentioning tacos up here in the booth, I'm hearing some salivating. As the wind and the pitch. Strike 1, 0-1. So, as the fans in Watertown would say, there's the show. As Moskowitz trying to get things going here for the Pioneers. Runner standing on first, 1 out. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, ground ball, and again, Moskowitz will deny the tacos as he will reach on the fielder's choice. So, Moskowitz goes 0 for 3. And that's going to bring up Brennan Derigi. Derigi 1 for 3 with a double. As now, again, Pioneers trying to make their way around the base paths, just has not had the success so far. As we look out, some discussion out there on the mound with the second base umpire and Zach Crane. So, as they take a break, bottom of the 8th, Adirondack 10, Utica 3, a runner on second now for Utica. Bottom of the 8th, Socrates 4, Amsterdam 6. The windup and the pitch. Inside 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. So Albany and Mohawk Valley went as prescribed, 2 beat 3. Amsterdam leading Socrates, 1 could beat 4. And the 2 games in the West, both sides are underdogs tonight. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still a long way to go in this one here. Top of the 7th, Pioneers 4-2 lead. As looking in, Crane looks at Derigi. Crane comes set. The wind, the pitch. Taken on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Derigi certainly did not agree with that one. So Brennan Derigi comes back in. Waits on that pitch from Crane. Crane looks. The wind, the pitch. Cut on and missed. Derigi goes down on strikes. And that will do it. For the top of the 7th, Pioneers will head looking to put up a 0 with a 2-run lead. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. And we are back here live as once again the Pioneers with a 4-2 lead as we look out. The Elmira Pioneers trying to complete an upset here, the 2 versus the 3 seed, as once again going back to work is Connor Takis facing the top of the Geneva lineup. Thursel White, the wind, the pitch taken for a ball. White 0 for 2, a strikeout, a base on balls as well. So we'll have to see what Takis can do here. Thursel White, again, known to bunt as a leadoff man. Certainly has the speed to beat out anything. The wind, the pitch, way outside as Takis might be being affected by the chill in the air here tonight. As, again, 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody working in the pen. It's Takis' inning. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled out there to left as Henneman. No, that one will get all the way to the wall. Thursel White still running. The throw in comes quickly. Brody Moore misses that one. Takis backing him up will hold Thursel White to the double as White goes 1 for 3. Treble 0 for 3 today. Takis certainly going to feel the pressure now. Runner standing on second. The Pioneers with just a 2-run lead. He certainly got a hold of that one as Henneman just unable to range over. The wind, the pitch, cut on, drilled out there towards the Pioneers bullpen. I'll tell you what, these hitters certainly getting the bats around on Connor Takis at the moment. So we'll have to see if the Pioneers can get their way through here. Top of the 9th inning now as Amsterdam has a 10-4 lead against the Utica Blue Sox. In there for a strike. 2 strikes now, 0-2, as Takis trying to send Treble back to the bench one more time. Takis comes back set. He winds, delivers, cut on, ground ball gets through. That's going to drive in Thursel White. The scoop up, Henneman throws into second. No, he throws to third. Over in time. The tag is made, and that will do it for Harrison Treble. He goes 1 for 4, but was tagged out trying to advance. So the Pioneers give up the run, but managed to get a saving grace there at second base, as some poor base running leads to the Pioneers getting the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning. They still need 8 more outs to claim victory, and they now have a 1-run lead. As Takis comes back set. The wind, the pitch, in there for a strike, 0-1. So, Fisher, 1 for 2, has a base on ball as well. Long look in from Takis. Takis has to settle down here. Line, the pitch, high, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a Tioga down showdown. So again, Pioneers trying to work their way through the bottom of the 7th. Takis comes set, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and miss. Treble swinging for the fences there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next man up would be Nick Nebraska. We'll have to see if Fisher can reach base or not. Coming back set. Takis winds, delivers. Fouled off, 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As again, the Pioneers trying to make their way through the bottom of the 7th. Coming back set. Takis looks in. He wait. Takis comes set. The wind, the pitch. Cut on and miss. Takis gets him swinging. So Fisher goes down on strikes. That is going to bring up Nick Nebraska. Nebraska, 1 for 3 on the night, has a strikeout. As the Elmira Pioneers trying to escape the bottom of the 7th with a 1-run lead. Still 4-3 at the moment. Pioneers have scored in the 1st. They had 3 runs. In the 6th, they had 1. In the 2nd and 3rd, Geneva had 1. In the 7th, they now have 1. Nebraska swinging for the fence, 0-1. As that one certainly would have jumped out of here if he got the bat on the ball. Nebraska, very tall, very lanky. Certainly has quite a bit of power. Fortunately, the Pioneers have been able to keep him fishing. See if they can do it one more time. The wind, the pitch. Cut on and missed, 0-2. Pioneers need 1 more strike here as Connor Takis going to work. As now again, update just occurring. Bottom of the 9th in Utica, 10-4 Adirondack. The wind, the pitch outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. All right, top of the 9th, 6-4 Amsterdam over Saugerties at the moment. As now again, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pioneers trying to keep it going here. The wind, the pitch from Takis just misses the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. Takis looking for 1 final strike here in the bottom of the 7th. As Takis stares in. He winds. He delivers. Sweeping out of the way. 3-2 count as he needs just 1 strike to get Nebraska here. Takis really working the ball over in his hand now. He takes a long look. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The wind, the pitch. Cut on and miss. Takis gets him swinging. Nebraska goes down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. The Pioneers take a 4-3 lead to the top of the 8th inning. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, Kyle Richardson set to lead things off. Richardson 2 for 3, a single, a triple, and 4 RBIs. Would love to find another way on base here in the top of the 8th. The wind, the pitch. cut on, drilled out there into foul territory. Nebraska chasing it down. The right fielder coming over. That's going to get down in foul territory. No balls, 1 strike. As again, the Pioneers living on borrowed time with a 1-run lead. Still nobody warming in the bullpen. So it looks like Connor Takis will be coming back out for the bottom of the 8th. A little surprising. Takis has certainly had some control issues, and with the cold, you would assume you'd see somebody up and moving. But to this point, looks like it'll be Connor's bottom of the 8th as well. The wind, the pitch, taken for a ball. 1 strike. All right, so 3-2 count in the Adirondack Utica game with 1 out. The wind and pitch in a 1-1 count here in Geneva is in there for a ball. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kyle Richardson trying to get it going again. He has had a day. The wind, the pitch, cut on, drilled out there, back behind second. The catch will be made. Richardson goes 2 for 4. Had a triple, had a single, has had all 4 Pioneers runs, as now down to the final out in Utica right now. So 10-4 in Utica as the Adirondack Trailblazers 1 out away from claiming victory. The Pioneers still need 6 defensive outs with a 1-run lead. Henneman would love to get something going here. He's 0 for 2 on the day. As fouls that one off. Excuse me, 0 for 3 on the day. Nope, I was right the first time. 0 for 2. Had that sack button. I apologize, folks. Bouncing around here. 0-1 count right now. No balls, 1 strike. The line, the pitch. Taken inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. A Tioga down. Showdown. Pioneers leading 4-3 here in the top of the 8th inning. Pioneers will still need 6 defensive outs to get the victory. The line, the pitch, cut on, fouled back towards the bus. As the Pioneers now 1 ball, 2 strike. We remind you to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber collision. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Henneman waiting on the next pitch. The line, delivery, outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 count. As again, we wait. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed, and down goes Henneman on strikes. He goes down for the 2nd time tonight on strikes. Craig Corliss will be the next man up. 1 for 2, reached on an error, has a base on balls. As once again, Corliss steps up. Corliss looks out. He's the last hope for the Pioneers here in the top of the 8th. Pioneers with just a 1-run lead. As now he waits. The windup and the pitch. Cut on and fouled back. That'll be 0-1 count. As one more time. Corliss steps back up. He waits. The wind. The pitch. Inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. 2 outs. As trying to move through it is Zach Crane. Crane certainly effective in ending a go. Trying to find his way through here. The wind. The pitch. Taken for a strike. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Craig Corliss trying to keep a very good night for him. As I said, reach base every time he's been up. So, Crane takes a long look in. Comes set. Has the next pitch coming. The wind and in there for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A Tioga down showdown. Just want to let everybody know the game has officially gone final. Adirondack 10, Utica 4. Amsterdam 6, Saugerties 4. So that one ended too as Corliss swings and strikes out. That will do it. First time Corliss has not reached base here tonight. So we'll have all the standings and wind up for you when we come back. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right. So Brock Hoffman comes up to the plate just to finish off the thought from before the break. All the other games have gone final, as it's going to be an interesting day. The Dutchman will play at Amsterdam tomorrow. Adirondack will play at either Elmira or Geneva tomorrow. Pioneers need 6 outs to host a playoff game this year. 6 outs and no runs as they hold a 4-3 lead. Connor Takis, the man with the plan. The wind and the pitch to Kaufman. Bounces one up, 1-0. So not starting off the way Takis had it drawn up. Comes back set. As now the wind and the pitch. Bounces it in again. 2 balls, no strikes. And still no movement down in the bullpen. 2-0. Takis trying to warm up his hands out there on the mound. As Connor comes back set. The wind, the pitch. Inside, 3 balls, no strikes. 3-0 count as the Elmira Pioneers struggling to start off the top of the 8th inning, needing just 6 outs to claim victory. Connor stands on the mound, takes a long look in. He winds, delivers, inside again. 4 straight pitches, he walks Kaufman, and the Pioneers put themselves behind the 8 ball right away. So now it looks like Matt Busher down there giving instructions to the bullpen, so perhaps someone's starting to get warmed up. One would hope, as now you see designated hitter heading down for the bullpen. As not sure who the target might be. It looks like Alex Bardo starting to warm himself up down there. As coming back set. Takis winds. Bunt being shown. The wind, the deliver. The bunt was held. That has to be a strike. It is. So the bunt was definitely held there. 0-1 the count. We'll see if the bunt is shown again here. The Geneva Red Wings trailing by 1 run. You would assume that moving the runner is the most important part of this inning for the Geneva Red Wings. The wind, the pitch. Bunt is laid down again as that's fouled off. So 0-2. That should take the bunt off the table. We'll have to see. As again, Matteo Avalone, 2 for 3 on the day. A little surprised you'd have him bunting. As Avalone steps back in. So 2 strikes. Takis comes set. Checks on the runner at first. The wind, the pitch. In there for strike 3. Avalone goes down on strikes as he goes 2 for 4 on the day. And the Pioneers head to the bottom of the order here. Brandon Cooper. He's 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts. As Cooper has not had a great night at the plate. As again, we see Alex Bardo getting stretched out in the pen. Pioneers down to needing just 5 outs to claim victory here tonight. Takis throws over to first, not in time. Almost wild there. I hate the throw over to first, and that's why. Beautiful illustration of it. As once again, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled away, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. As Cooper, who's 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts already on the night. Coming back set, Cooper looks down. The windup and the pitch. Cut on, popped up, should be playable. Running back, Driggy makes the grab. The throw, no, he's going to hold on to it as I don't know that he had a clear path, but that's 2 outs as the Pioneers are now 4 outs away from the second round of the playoffs. Dylan Schwarmer will come up next. He's 1 for 3, does have an RBI. So Schwarmer will face Takis. Alex Bardo still warming down in the pen. Pioneers just 4 defensive outs away from moving on here. The wind, the pitch. Taken for a ball, 1-0. As again, Takis comes back set. Schwarmer and then Sperling. The windup and the pitch. Taken high. 2 balls, no strikes. So Schwarmer certainly with a tough eye out there. Pioneers going to go out and talk to his hurler, Matt Birch, calling the entire infield in. Perhaps we see the hidden ball trick here. Every Geneva runner does not wait for the Pioneers pitcher to stand on the mound, so it could be a perfect time for a hidden ball trick, get out of the inning. Don't know that we'd see that in a playoff game, but hey, it's college summer ball, it could happen. Would certainly be fun. All you have to do is not stand on the mound. That is literally the key to the hidden ball trick. You can't step on the rubber. Hand the ball to Harmon and wait. But I saw the ball in the glove of Connor Takis, so apparently that will not be the case. Unfortunate. Certainly would be a fun way to get that final out of the inning. He's off the base now. Just go and tag him now. He's off the base already, not even standing on the mound. Could have had this out 3 times already now. As once again, Takis comes set, a 2-0 count. The wind, the pitch. Misses 3-0. He